Wednesday, FOMC day. I'm just going to start today's video off. We're just showing some of the monthly stats so far on an overall view on TradeZilla. I think it's always good to zoom out. I've been watching a couple of YouTube videos this morning and even yesterday, and there seems to be some frustration. Not specific. I mean, I watch a lot of people who trade options and stocks, but a lot of people are having sort of difficult times at the moment with momentum and continuation. And this is just a sort of a glimpse into my month so far, and even, I mean, the year, you know, that we've traded so far. And I mean, it's been a phenomenal year. And I'm using this as sort of just to show you where we've come from this year and put it into perspective in terms of sticking to the process, knowing your win rate, knowing your profit factor, and sticking to your discipline throughout the market's turns. The reason I say that is because even if this was a whole red month, which I'm seeing a lot of at the moment, you have to stick to your strategy and process throughout, or else you aren't going to be able to have any form of stats to go off. There's a very famous Dennis, oh, come on, what's his name? Dennis trader, I can't even remember his same, turtle trader, Dennis, someone put it in the chat for me. I always refer to it, and now I forgot it. Let me find it. A quote about, even if you copied basically what we did, the turtle trader, and even if we put the rules in the newspaper, you still won't be able to follow them. Let's have a look. Dennis, come on, where is his name? I've completely gone blank now. How embarrassing. Give me 1 second. Dennis Richard, is it? Richard Dennis. This is my dyslexia. How backwards. Richard Dennis. And the quote is pretty much, we could put the rules in the local newspaper and no one would follow them, or no one would have the same results, because people fail to follow the system in its bad times, and therefore you never get to actually see the full potential of the strategy, because everyone wants the equity curve to go up, but as soon as it starts to come down, everyone panics. So in short, the saying I like at the moment is, you can copy the strategy, but the sauce won't taste the same. And that's why a lot of chefs cook live on TV and produce cookbooks, because they know even though you can copy the recipe, the sauce isn't going to taste the same. So I just feel like that's really, really important, especially for where we are now. It's halfway through the year. We're in June. And so far, I mean, I pretty much took probably less than a handful of losses throughout the whole year, which is insane in my opinion, right? So this is more of a reflection for me than it is anyone else. But just want to show you where we are on the month so far. Where we are on the week so far, this is including the Tradeovate account with my funded futures. So there's 9,000 of this, which is evaluation classed as, and then it's the live stream account, and it is my Top Step accounts, which there's $100,000 of payouts from just Top Step alone in here. So pretty phenomenal. Moving over to the economic calendar today, we've obviously got FOMC, so expect, well, we'll get into it, but expect a very choppy day, probably a mean reversion type of day, and potential for a large move later on in the afternoon. So moving over to the charts, we'll have a look on the NQ. I'm going to speak about a couple different situations that we've had. Pretty much if we zoom out to the daily, we can see where we are, and we've spoken about this literally this whole week and even last week, so I'm not going to continue to go over it. If you aren't aware, go back through some of the YouTube videos. But essentially we have traded a full weekly halfway back, and that has gone all the way to its profit target, which was 22,220s, call it. We also traded a same anchor new high, which traded on the 23rd of May, and that has also gone to its profit target, 22,290s to around 22,220s. There is another higher time frame extension anchor in here, which is 22,520s, which I have an alert set because that will get traded at some point. Hey, we may even trade it today with FOMC. we'll see. That is that. In terms of the lower time frames, I will go to the 5 minute just to show you yesterday. So yesterday we traded the long side, even though I was fully aware of the shorts that had taken place on the close from Monday. We traded a traditional into the close that completed on the overnight, and we traded a full 50 same anchor new low 50-50, and that ultimately did. And I took profits yesterday into these highs, pretty much on my trade yesterday, so you can see, was selling into 22,120s. So 22,120s, pretty much here, like right up into this area here, which was pretty phenomenal. But the reason I took this off, as I said yesterday, was just purely because of this halfway back short. And if we draw it to the same low, it was right in that area. So took profits into that high, and we did ultimately sink down. We have traded a full -23 short in here. This was nicer drawing it from here, but technically you would draw it from here. So it's not a full 62. They bid from that level. Now, something that I traded on the overnight session, because I'm an absolute degenerate psycho, I actually normally go to bed quite early in the UK at like 9-10 o'clock, and for whatever reason I woke up at like 12 o'clock, and I checked my phone, and I had a notification go off at 880s, which was a level that I was paying attention to. And I did take a long trade, so I was pretty much trading around this time here, which is like 8 p.m. EST, which was probably like 1 a.m. my time, 2 a.m. Have a look. Yeah, like about 1 a.m. 1 a.m. Traded that and took profits. I left a lot on the table. I took 4.5k on my funded futures past that account. And you can tell I can't multitask. Then I took 2,200 on Top Step times 5. So the payout I did yesterday, I pretty much got half of that back per account. So I requested 23k, and I pretty much got back 11 already. So I only need 12, and then I can pretty much, it's like I never took the payout. So, but I still got the cash. So obviously that's pretty cool. The halfway back traded at pretty much 8 o'clock EST, full -100 completion. We then trade a same anchor new high, and again that goes all the way to its targets. Oops, all the way to its targets. We then also trade again same anchor new high, and we are in those extensions now. Okay, so it will be telling to see if these lows down here at, call it 950s, if they hold. If they do, you have extensions above at 22,114s, and a full -100 takes you up into the daily resistance at 22,270s. Now, what am I expecting today? I'm not expecting a whole lot of anything, to be honest, but as soon as we do start to break out of this level at the short 61, this area here, as soon as we do start to break out that level, that is what I'm going to wait for, because so far we never broke the 62 on the short. So this could be, and you have to class it as being valid. You don't have to trade it, but you have to class it as being valid. This could just be the same anchor new low short, and those targets down below are going to be 780s, and a full -100 takes you down to 21,500s. So you have to be mindful of that short. Whether we get it, I don't know. I'm not going to trade it. I'd rather trade the long side here. But if we do get it, just be aware of that. If you are trading the long side, do not marry positions. Try to take your ATMs probably anywhere between 30 and 50 points. I think you'll be safe. We are trading a nice halfway back here on the overnight. Sloppy, because I think it's broke the 62. Yeah, tagged the 62. Those completions will take you above into those highs. So all I'm going to look for on the open, and this is how simple I keep my process, do we get above 2285s? If we do, I just wait to see the long form. So that would look something like, wait for this to complete that 62, draw the same anchor new high wherever that lines up with. Hopefully we actually pierce the previous day high, and then we do something like this, and then all I need to do is look for this to hold, which would be a same anchor new high. I hate the drawing tool that stays on. Go away. So that's what I'm going to be doing, using that 61.8 as the barometer, which is pretty much lines up. And again, you don't have to wait for a level to form. That level is already there. That level is already formed. So wait for that to break. If it does, potentially we have a long trade on our hands, and all that's going to look like for me is 21 114s to trade. If that trades, I mean, it would be really, really nice if we got a high to high. It would be a short-lived trade, but again, that would look something like this. And I mean, with such tight risk, obviously you could take this trade 20 odd times and still be fairly profitable. That would be the super risky trade, or aggressive trade, so to speak. The other extension that I would pay attention to, and again, this all depends on if we complete these draws, would be drawing from this 61 to whatever high we put in. Say if we come all the way up to these highs up here, reject, I would wait for that retracement, and it would look something like this, back up into these highs. So whatever we draw, or whatever we trade first, I will obviously let you know. But firstly, we just need to complete some longs. So let the market show its hands. Right now, there is no edge in terms of the long side to the short side, in my opinion. So you're stuck inside these shorts. Let the market show its hands by breaking above. Wait for those pullbacks. Take your stab longs and play them until they break, is all I've really got this morning. So again, brilliant year so far, brilliant month so far. There's no need to trade that aggressively going into FOMC, and tomorrow I will be off, but we will do a masterclass call at 9:30 EST for an hour. Anyone that has the course will be able to join. If you haven't already got it, click the link below so you can go onto the website and purchase it. And education first, payout second is my new motto. So that is all I've got. I will sign up. I will sign into the Zoom account and get the live stream on, and I will see all you members who are on top tier on the Zoom shortly.